Okay, I've already filmed this once, and the mic, which it's not even a mic, it's a little attachment on some crappy piece of headphone, and it fucked up the whole recording, and it just has this weird like in the background, and I was just like, okay, cool, I love that. I just spent half an hour of my life recording, and it's not gonna get released, yay. But, hello, this is my first YouTube video, and wow, that's so cool. You clicked on a video and this is my first one. Wow. Sorry, I'm really cringe. I don't know how to do this. This video is about... What is it about? I'm making a comic. Basically, I have a dream to make a comic. I'm going to consider it a dream because it's kind of hard to make a comic and be successful. And also, nobody, like, my family doesn't want me to make comics, blah blah blah, there's no money in it, I'm gonna be homeless, on drugs, and probably die, but it's all good, because I do not want to have an office job. No thank you, not for me, would rather die. Okay, what am I influenced by? Film, I love film. Star Wars, cool, super cool. Although the recent shit that I've been pumping out, not so cool. Don't like it. Pretty crappy doo-doo. Yeah. I guess the first time I really felt connected to a film, I remember this vividly, was Fox and the Hound, like that Disney film. I thought their relationship was so interesting. I was like, what? I've never felt this before. What is this feeling? Friendship? What? And like the ending of where they both are super close friends, but they have to live their own life because their life leads different paths. I was just like, I really don't want this to be the message, but I totally get it. And I was like, I don't know how old I was, very young. Yeah. Art, I've always liked art. My mum's an architect. I've always loved it. Also, I'm just creative in general. Though I've never been good at maths and stuff. I hate maths. I hate it. What else? I've got inspiration. What is my inspiration? Spirited Away is the first anime I watched. Loved it. Was a long time ago, but our family isn't very like, we don't have, we have films, we don't have like foreign films, blah blah blah. Loved it. So cool. we all know why it's cool, I don't need to explain. But then, much later on, very many few years later, the first anime like TV show I watched was Kakegurui, and if you've ever watched that shit is horny as fuck, weird but entertaining. But I didn't watch any more anime after that. It was just kind of like, okay, cool. Then I was like, I don't know, I want to watch anime again, and then I just fell in love with it and was watching a bunch of stuff. I mean, Attack on Titan, everybody knows it. It's just so cool. I haven't read the finale of the manga because I want to save it for the anime, and then I want to reread it all. So if I read the manga right now, I will read the end, which I want to save for the anime. I've heard it's controversial though, which is interesting. Very interesting. What else? I've got some recent films that I like. Parasite came out 2020, not the anime, the movie. Super cool, the whole like wealth versus poverty type of thing. And kind of like, you know, you're wealthy, you're kind of like a snobby piece of shit, but really it's not exactly your fault. You're kind of just human, and you're gonna probably turn into a bit of a snob if you're rich. Sort of. I mean, I'm really just dumbing it down, but yeah. Midsummer, I love the aesthetic, love it. I think everybody does. The whole thing that it's like white, even though it's horror, and flowers and crap. It's super cool. And Westworld, I mean, the first season was really good. I really liked how it was just like humans aren't that special, you know? And there are other forms of like intelligent life, if you get me. And we're also kind of just stupid. We make androids and then we're like, they don't feel things, but it's so obvious that they do, and we're just super selfish fuckers. Yeah. Music. I like music. If anybody's watched Made in Abyss, the OST made by Kevin Penkin, super awesome, super cool, super fresh. I love it. I listen to it all the time. Anything I put it on. I mean, it's about the few things I actually put on speaker, and you know, my family actually are like, oh, what's this? This is super interesting, because they're very boring. They're very boring people, and they don't understand. Not to come off as like, oh, my parents don't understand. I'm a teenager, blah blah blah. Actually, I'm a teenager. I am not going to be in a few months, which is super crazy, super weird. I don't want a job. I have had a job. It was really bad. I was a waitress. I never want to do it again. But I probably will have to. I'm wanting to get like a cleaning job or like a warehouse job. Then I don't have to like super duper talk to people. Oh my god, putting on that face. That, oh, hello. Fuck off. Just shut the fuck up. It's so annoying. Whatever. Waitressing sucks. Gorillas. I've loved gorillas since they were created, which was before I was alive, I think. But it's true. I love them. I've always loved them. Yeah. I wrote in depth about comic. Okay, I need to talk about the comic now. Okay, cool. Now this is going to be hard. If anybody's read Blam, I'm not comparing my writing quality or art quality Blam, by the way. No way. I'm just saying it's very hard to talk about Blam in words. And that's the situation I'm in right now. I keep swallowing my saliva. It probably sounds really gross. I'm also talking fast because I sound so fucking cringe. My comic. I guess I use comics to like communicate pretty much. I'm autistic. I find it hard to communicate. But comics, I kind of can. I can communicate my thoughts, feelings, opinions, thoughts, opinions. Yeah, I talk about it in comics, and I guess the ones I wanted to focus on were, forgiveness. I guess what that means to forgive, and about control, which I thought was, I don't know, they tie together. It doesn't sound like they do, but I tie them together in the story, or at least try to. And it's about this main character called Jen. She starts off as like I would just sum it up. She's depressed. She's in a abusive family household. Yeah, and she has no agency. If I could say that, she goes through the motions in life, not in a good way where she kind of just goes with the flow. More like she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care what happens to her. She's just kind of alive because she is alive. But yeah, I don't know how to fully explain that. She changes. I mean, she has no control in her life. She eventually puts into situations, which I'm not going to go super in depth. She gets put in situations. She ends up getting, I guess you could say, a little bit of power over herself, or a feeling of power, but it's not really true power, if you get me. And that makes her feel like she has control over herself and her life and people around her, which makes her want it more. She ends up, to sum it up, she ends up becoming psychotic and crazy, and you could say evil. She does do evil shit, not gonna lie. And what else? The undertone of the story has a lot of like control elements. She's basically like a soldier to the background of what's really going on. if you get me. She's like she is the protagonist, but she's a side character in the story, if you get me. Like the Avengers, except it's about, I don't know, one of the agents, one of the I don't know what you call them. Sort of like that, except she's not an agent, she's a soldier. I didn't explain that very well. Like a policeman in Avengers. Yes, sort of. I can go more in depth into the comic at a later date, maybe another video or something. I was thinking I could do reviews on like shit, or just talk about anything. I could talk shit. I could talk shit about my bullies. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I just admitted that. I got bullied. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm pretty fucking weird. I mean, I'm talking right now, but all the stuff I'm talking right now, I have in my head. I talk to myself. I am that crazy. I do talk to myself. This does feel kind of therapeutic, though. Like, just getting my thoughts out there. Okay, I've written down future. Okay. Oh, yeah. I use Abyss Paint, the free version, to, like, draw and stuff. It's okay. I don't really need any special, like, shit. I kind of just draw. And I wouldn't say that my art is super duper great, but it has tremendously improved since what it originally was. I sucked ass trying to draw, I guess, manga style. I wouldn't even consider my style manga. I mean, it is a bit, but it isn't. I feel like it's pretty much my own. I mean, I'm sure there are others who have my style, but it feels personal, I guess. Feels slightly original, just a little bit. The future. I want to publish this on Webtoon. I'm aiming for like to draw like 12 or 15 chapters, and then I'm going to start releasing. But that's a process, and also, even if I like doing 12 to 15 chapters doesn't even scratch the surface of the story. I'm just kind of unfortunate because you want people to kind of get a feeling of I feel like I can get the feeling of the story, but it changes, kind of like Attack on Titan. Like season 1 does not it barely gives away what happens later on, which is kind of what happens in my story. So yeah. For the people who are still watching to the end, thank you. If there is anybody, or I'm just talking to the void of YouTube, to myself again. Wow. So sad. I don't know, just comment anything. Even if it's not to do with this, like, video. I don't know. What breakfast did you have? Did you have eggs? Ooh, eggs. Or just, like, you could ask me questions. Anything. Just say anything. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end the video now. Wow. I actually did this. It's been in the back of my mind for a while. And it's done. It says I've been recording for 14 minutes. That felt way shorter. That felt like 5. But we are done. Goodbye. For now. Or maybe forever. I might not do another video. Who knows? But goodbye.